Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, JDC family. My name is Jay. This is my Diecast Creations channel, and we're back. We're back, kind of, sort of. I went and found some stuff. I've been finding some of my diecast stuff that was in storage, and we're finally getting to the point where like the shop is getting organized, and I'm finding totes that had castings in them, and some of my supplies. I found the box that had all my paint and stuff in it. So slowly but surely, we're making our way to being able to fire up some customs again in my spare time. Like I said in my previous live, it's never going to be what it was. I'm never going to be able to dedicate the time that I devoted to making this channel be where it is now, because the twins get priority, right? The girls get priority. And now this is just a secondary hobby that I'm going to do here and there, once or twice a week when I got a few hours to, you know, mess around with. If I can get set up in the house with a little workstation, I might be able to take it a little more seriously, but it's always going to be a secondary gig from now on. It's never going to be, going and firing up videos every other day. It's never going to be what it was, right? And that's okay. I'm okay with that, and I hope you guys are too. I know you guys are too, because everybody in the JDC family understands where I'm at, and you guys have always been supportive of me and where I'm at. Johnny's in the house. What's up, brother? Neil Cummings. Now the phone is going to bounce around a little bit. It's on a mount, but it's kind of like a wobbly mount, and I'm still not really set up, right? So I'm improvising here. Gary's Diecast Collect. What's up, Gary? How are you, man? Good to see your face. Good to see your name in here, buddy. Eddie from Simple Customs in the house. What's up, brother? Merry Christmas to everybody. Happy New Year. I hope everybody's having a happy and healthy New Year, and staying safe out there in this crazy world that we live in. First of all, I gotta say rest in peace to 2HD Cat, longtime supporter of my channel, and a brother in the Gaslands community. When I saw the news that he passed away, I was sad about that. We weren't the closest of friends, but we interacted a lot, and he was always commenting on my channel, and I was always watching his stuff, and I feel bad to see that happen. So I'm gonna try to do so. I know they were doing a memorial thing for him, as far as like make a diorama by the 15th, and I don't think I'm gonna be able to do that. But I will say that the first diorama that I make, coming back, is gonna be in his memory. I'll say that, right? I also wanted to say that I've been gone for a long time, and I saw that Danny passed away, and he was always a real dude, man. And I saw that while I was like, not paying attention to YouTube, and I saw that he passed away, and I knew he had health issues, and it was just it was heartbreaking for me, man, because I always liked to see his videos. He was raw and uncut. He would tell you exactly how he felt. I loved watching his videos. So, yeah, rest in peace to Danny as well, man. With that being said, life is precious, man. Everybody has to enjoy every moment you got, because you don't know what's going to happen next. You don't know when your card is pulled. You don't know, especially with everything going around, going the way it is these days. And I'm not going to get into that, but we got to be thankful for what we got. And I'm very thankful for what I have. This channel is a secondary gig, like I said, and I'm thankful for this too. I'm thankful to have 20 people here when I fire up a live, and I haven't been dedicated to my channel in 3 years, right? So let me know in the chat if you guys can hear me, if I'm too loud or anything like that. If the stream is lagging or not good quality or whatever, right? While I was going through the shop, but the moral of this live here is I'm out here in the shop trying to get it situated so that I can actually use this shop and get it going for more than just diecast, but while I was out here, I was like, you know what? Let me fire this thing up because I found a diecast store in my town here in Lexington, North Carolina. There's a diecast store called Carolina's Diecast, and they say most of their sales are split between in store and on their website. So you can go to Carolina's Diecast, I believe .com or something like that. The card is out in the is in the van. I'll show it next time. But it's been 3 years. Yeah, it has been 3 years, man. The girls are 2.5 now. They'll be 3 in April. It's crazy. It's crazy. And I slowed down before that, right? So like as Amanda was pregnant and stuff, and we're getting ready to move or whatever. Oh no, we weren't getting ready to move yet, but she was pregnant, so that took a lot of my time. So yeah, it's been 3 years. So anyway, I got to go down to Carolina's Diecast. I don't really buy cars anymore. I don't really go hunting. I told you guys in the last one, when we go to Walmart and stuff like that, it's usually, I'll bring one of the girls because I'll have one of them. Amanda will have the other baby in the cart or whatever. So she'll go shopping, and I'll bring one of the girls down to the toy section, and we'll I'll let them go and pick up a car and pick one out for her sister, right? So I don't really go buying cars for myself. I have totes and totes of cars that I'll never touch at this point, right? But when I found out there was a diecast store in town and there's a new Chevelle out, like the Chevelle, the 70 Chevelle SS, that I have all of them, right? Another one came out. I'm like, I got to get that. And if anybody knows if I missed one, I haven't looked it up at all. I haven't been paying attention in 2 or 3 years. So if anybody, and I left the car in the house, of course I did, right? It's the Neon Speeders. It's the Neon Speeders, the one with the snake on the side of it. I ended up paying $7 for it at this place, but I went to Walmart and they didn't have it, and I'm not gonna go running around chasing after it. So I paid $7 for it. It's in a hard case. It'll go in the collection when I break everything out. But while I was there, I found dump bins of cars, right? So they had some carded ones. So I picked up this one here, the Solid Muscle. I figured this will be a good base for a Gaslands car. It's a Zamac, but I feel like that's a good base for a Gaslander. It's got some fire bottles in the back there. I was always kind of into the ones that aren't so popular, right? But pick and choose, right? Some of these cars I'll never end up touching, right? Let me get these out of the screen so they don't get mixed up. But I thought that was cool, so I grabbed it. Also, there was this one, the Roll Patrol. It's the Jaded. The Jaded is a really cool casting. I have a few of them. And this one I'm probably gonna end up gaslanding too at some point. So I'm gonna crack this bad boy open. I've been looking for the police themes because now that I'm in a position where it's not as easy to take the time to customize police themes in Gaslands, is like it's basically a paint job that's already done, right? You just got to scuff it up, add some battle scars and some rust and dust or whatever, and obviously you can customize wheels and stuff like that, but the paint job is done, right? So I don't know, been tossing around ideas in my own head of how I can do more with less, right? So there's that one, and then I found some open totes that were in there with like dump bins of of cars that basically they had bought in buyouts that were already cracked off the card. So I got about 30 cars here, and I just wanted to go on here and show you guys. A lot of them are old. A lot of them are from the 80s and the 90s, and you're probably not going to see them so often. So I figured I'd pop on here and, you know, show what I picked up. This one here is a copyrighted 2008. It's the, I believe it's a Chevy or a Ford. Oh, 2003, I'm sorry. It doesn't even say what it is. And there's no markings on it. But this one's a medical response unit ambulance, right? Ambulance is another one that's pre-painted, right? So I don't have to do anything to this but get it ready to roll. So, yeah, man, my mentality shifted a little bit with time being an issue in customizing, right? I'm not going to be able to dedicate what I did before. So, you know, we're going to make things happen. Also, I know that some people use air fryers. So if anybody can chime in on this, some people use air fryers to cure their paint. If that's a thing, let me know, because I got one that a man got a new air fryer for the house that's like a toaster and all that good stuff. And the one that was in the house, the fan had came off, so I fixed it, and it still works. So if I can utilize that, I'm going to. Sound great, Johnny. Neil Cummings. Boom, boom, boom. Keith's in the house. What's up, brother? How's you doing? Glad to see you and your better half are doing good. Yeah, man, we're doing good, man. Doing good. I finally started finding some of my customizing stuff, like I was telling you guys. I finally started finding some of my customizing stuff, so I'm gonna try to fire something back up here, here and there. I did see your Diecast exchange, and I plan on signing up for the cheap thing, you know, $8 or whatever it is for the year. And I'll jump in to chat with you guys here and there and participate in some of the build offs. I think that's really cool what you're doing, man. I don't have the time to dedicate to, you know, the rest of it, but I'll definitely pop in over there for sure. So I got about 30 cars here. I'll show you guys what I got. Keith, you're going to love this one. I just showed it. It's van. This thing is actually pretty sweet as far as the paint job goes. Keith's the van guy. And there's no markings on this, so if you know which one this is, let me know. It's either they didn't have licensing, so they didn't do anything on it, or it's a Chevy or a Ford or a Dodge, and I just don't know. So, we got a Cadillac CTS-V GT car. It's got the wing on the back, wide body kit. I'm thinking I'm going to cut that wing off and armor this bad boy up. You know, that's the plan with all the cars I buy, is to get them ready for Gaslands. But, you know, unfortunately, you can't do all of them, right? We got a Pontiac GTO. You know, it's a super van, but Chevy. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, they didn't have licensing probably at the time, right? So there's the GTO. I think this is a sweet ride. And these cars are like a quarter or 50 cents at the store because they're in a dump bin, right? This is the Skyline, I believe. I don't see these so much because I know people are always trying to grab them. So when I seen it for a quarter, 50 cents or whatever, I grabbed it. You know, figure I'll get my hands on a different style of build. You know, most of my stuff is muscle cars, right? I love muscle cars, so you know, but I try to mix it up a little bit. Here's another one I'll mix up, is a Nissan. I don't know what it is, but it's a Nissan Maxima drift car. There you go. I like finding castings that, for one, have wide bodies built in already, and then for two, have some of the work done for me already, right? Like this hood is cut off. So whether I end up using the engine that they're showing, or I just take the interior out and stuff something else in there, I don't have to cut a hole, you know. So that's cool. That's just some of the things that I think about when I'm looking at cars. And most of you guys know this stuff, you know. It's just I'm over here rambling, and Amanda's cooking dinner, so I need to be done with this by like 6:45. I don't know what time it is, but here is another one. This is the hammered coupe. I have a few of these. This one's kind of in rough shape, so it'll probably end up on the chopping block. But I think this is cool. Put some big old wheels on there, jack that bad boy up, drop it on a truck frame or something, right? This thing is super clean, and it's a shame. It's a shame what I'm gonna end up doing this. It's a bone shaker. Team Hot Wheels, super clean. You know, for a quarter, 50 cents or whatever, can't pass it up. I believe this was a treasure hunt. Camaro. I got a few of them on card. I think I sent one to Old Man Diecast at one point. But you know, loose ones that I find in a bin in a store, I have no connection to, right? So I have no sympathy of cutting it apart. You know, I don't feel bad, right? Couple of these Chevy Monte Carlos, boom, right? These I have a few, and they're rare. They're primed to go for stock cars, right? Get some liveries done up, white toner printer and stuff like that. Order them up. You can get NASCAR livery for these with no problem. And then, you know, what you decide to do from there, you do whatever you want. But I'll probably end up making some street stocks out of these just in time, right? But also, if I decide to change gears, the fire paint jobs are always a good way to go with Gaslands too. You don't have to do nothing with it, right? So scuff it up, throw a wash on it, paint up some guns, throw them on there. You're done. Ralphie Ralph, like the bone shaker. Hey, from Chicago. What's up, Ralphie Ralph? What is happening? This one here I've never seen. I've seen the Dodge Charger, but I've never seen the Demon. The Hellcat. I'm sorry. It's got the wide body on there, right? I've never seen this one. I thought I had seen the Hellcat, but they must have more than one casting. Or maybe I was looking at a Challenger. Keith would probably know this too because he's the Dodge guy. But maybe I was looking at the Challenger. But yeah, man, this is cool. Wide body, right? It's almost a shame to cut it up. But you know me. Also, when we were down in Mooresville, there's a thrift, a flea market down there. And it's kind of like there's no vendor. Like the vendors they just rent their booth and they leave their stuff there, right? There's no people, so you can go in and you can pick through it and whatever and take what you want. And there's no, you know, nobody's trying to lean over and sell you nothing. So I found a couple cars in there, and I'll show you what I got. I picked up this one here, right? 55 Chevy. It's got that Kellogg's scheme on there for now. And then I picked this up. I believe it's a Michael Waltrip. I think it's Michael Waltrip ran this. But the spam livery, right? So I figured it'd be funny to rust and dust this thing up and slap some guns on there and run it in Gaslands with spam on it, right? Just like a spoof car, basically. And then I seen this, and I was like, I'm never going to see this again. It's the Gull Wing. Right, it's missing the doors, but whatever. It's a Tomica. Yeah, Tomica Mercedes-Benz 300 SL. Gull Wing. You know, it's seen better days. Probably would be a good restoration project if I had the doors, but I don't. So guess what that means. Right? This one I probably wouldn't have grabbed. I thought it was a Tiburon. My brother had won a couple championships in a Tiburon. So I only have one casting, and it's literally been sitting in a jar of stripper for 3 years. So it's at his house, and I still haven't got my hands on it. I'm kind of curious to know what it's going to look like when it comes out of there, or if it's even a thing anymore. This is a Genesis coupe, but the Tiburon I was going to do up for him as like a surprise. And in the move, he ended up with the jar of stripper in his car so that it didn't get broken, and it's at his apartment, and I never got my hands on it. So There's actually 3 castings in there. Well, there was 3 castings in that jar. That's been in there for 3 years now. So we'll see what Citrus Strip does to um, castings in 3 years, right? Guess we'll find out. So anyway, now we're getting into the stuff. Actually, hold on. Last night I picked out 2 cars. Wastelands Raceway is running a season over there in the UK. So I picked out this one here. This is the car, one of the cars that I'm gonna use for that to send over there if I can get it done in time by the end of the month. It's a team. You gotta have 2 cars. So I'm gonna run a RX-7 and a Mustang, right? And then I picked out some 3D printed bits that I had in the box. That's just gonna make my life easier to throw these together, make a build sheet, and put them in a box and send them off so I can participate in that. There's also something that I want to. Jody Sims runs a Wastelands thing similar to what I was doing with the drag strip thing. I think I really haven't been around to follow it, but I know he does once a year. I believe it's a competition. So I'm gonna build a Gaslands car and send it in to him. I haven't decided what I want to do with that yet. But these 2 are going to be on the block for upcoming. Like these will be the next 2 cars that I end up working on to send off to the UK. Bada bing, bada boom, eh? So now we're going to get into the old stuff. Like I said, Carolina's Diecast. I believe it's carolinasdiecast.com. It was a really cool store, man. Some of the stuff is a little overpriced. I mean, they got to stay in business, right? They've been open for 5 years now, so they got to be doing decent. You know, some of the stuff is overpriced a little bit, but you know, a lot of it was good. You know, was good. I went in there and you know, I ended up buying a bunch of their stuff that a lot of people don't look at, probably. You know, but it's cool. That's what I like. I like this stuff. So first off, I found a couple Ferraris. Amanda doesn't even know yet, so I think I did tell her that I found a Ferrari. But 2 Testarosas. These will probably go up in her little collection, and you know, they'll sit there forever until the girls get their hands on them. John Deere tractor. I need these wheels. If I ever build a Giga Horse of any sort, these back wheels are going to be perfect, right? For scale, it's literally scale, right? It's going to be good. So I picked that up with the thought that these back wheels are for a Giga Horse if I ever decide to build one, right? We got a couple more IMSA Mustangs. I feel like I can never get enough of these, right? Never get enough of these. The old school Matchbox cars with the wide bodies are right up my alley, man. This is prime time for Gaslands. You can't get any more. For me, the eccentric lines, you know, places to work with, right? Especially open hoods with the engines. You know, I don't care that the roof is crushed in on this one. I don't care that the paint's banged up. All that's gonna get done up, right? This is part of the hobby. So when I saw this bin of dirty cars that were all beat up and looked like somebody dug them out of the backyard, man, I got excited. I'm not gonna lie, I got excited. The cool guy, love seeing you live, brother. Yeah, man, I appreciate it, man. I'm here for a good time, not for a long time, right? So here we go. Matchbox Racing BF Goodwrench. It's going to be the Chevy van. What does it say? 4x4. 4x4 Chevy van. Right up my alley, man. And like I said, these aren't in prime condition, so I don't feel bad about, you know, cutting them up and making them something cool, you know? These things really aren't worth anything. Like, you know, if you hold on to them for another 30, 40 years maybe, right? But people out there have them perfect on card, you know, so those are the ones that are going to be worth something. These, you know, they're worth something to me, You know, they're worth something to me. It brings back childhood memories when I look at these cars because this is what we grew up with, right? So it's cool, man, and it's cool. And if I'm gonna put my time into um customizing stuff, especially now that my time is very valuable with the girls and stuff, you know, I'd rather be working on something I actually like to work on, which is these old cars, you know. So I found these, and I didn't have these as a kid. This is different to me. I don't know if they were older. What's the copyright on this thing? 1983. Yeah, there you go. So these came out before I was, you know, I was born in '84. So this one's got a little dent right here, but whatever. Amanda opened this box and was like, "Oh, look at that! I'm ready to play. These are done already." Right? Diecast Chasers in the house. Look who it is. What is up? Everything is up. I got a couple minutes. I found a diecast store in my town here in Lexington, North Carolina. So I went and checked it out, and I'm glad I did. The guys were cool in there too. I ended up, you know, Amanda was out in the car. I ended up texting her like, "How the girls doing?" She's like, "They're sleeping. Take your time." I ended up being in there for like an hour and a half maybe, just talking to the guys, you know, shooting the breeze. So yeah, it's cool. It's cool. All these cars were 50 cents. I was like, I was in my glory, you know. Two Corvettes. Two Corvettes. It's just a Chevy Corvette. One's got the T-tops, one's got the hard top, you know. Maybe this makes a good team. I have no quarrels about customizing these cars. I'll say it again. Say it again. Say it a little louder for the people in the back. This is a cool one. It's called the what is this thing? The Rough Trek. It's the Rough Trek, right? I think this is an Australian gig. I don't really know. It looks like an El Camino. Looks like they jacked it up, Ranchero or something. They jacked it up. It's got this this lifted chassis, which I think is really cool. I wish that they did this more, right? But nowadays it's all the opposite way. They want to put gas, make everything look like a Carolina squat and whatever it's called, and the gassers, and I don't know, man. Something about the rake, you know. You throw some big tires on the back of these bad boys, you know. So this is gonna be another team of some sort. Eventually, maybe. Eddie G in the house. What's up, brother? Dr. Eddie G in the house. Got a couple set of LTDs, a couple Ford LTDs in the house. Like I said before, police cars, right? They're good to go. You scuff them up, throw some wash on there, throw some armor on it, couple guns, we're good to go, right? Maybe swap out the tires or something. They already got Rams on the front, kinda, sorta. LTDs, baby. I remember these things. I remember these being the cop cars, right? Like, you know, man, I tell you, people don't know. People, you know, these kids these days, they don't know what they missed out on. Not the cop cars. I'm not. You didn't want to be in the back of these bad boys, but you know what I'm saying. But do you see it? Do you see that right there? Boom. See that thing right there on the window? I bet you these new kids won't be able to tell what that is. For sure. You old heads know what I'm talking about. That's funny. Got another cop car. Oh, hit the mount. I hit the mount. We're running on 30 minutes, so I guess I'm getting close to the deadline here. Got another cop car here. This is a Majorette. All right, Chevy Impala. So there's your Ford cop car. There's your Impala cop car. And yeah, man, ready to go. It's got the livery on there. Looks like it's post-apocalyptic already. We're good to go. I got another cop car. This one's a truck, right? Man, I'm telling you, my face lit up when I saw this bin. 50 cents a piece. I was like, come on, man. And I bet a lot of people would be like, that's the you know, those are junk. But this is the Chevy Blazer 4x4. It's the sheriff. He's got a little toe hitch on the back of this thing. He's got a flagpole there. They don't make them like this no more. I'm telling you. They just don't make them like this no more. You know, so this one here, I had these when we had these, man. We had these. I wish I had my cars for my kids. We had them all. We had them all, man. Johnny knows. So we're getting down to the bottom of the box here, but it's cool. I got this Porsche right here. This is a 928, a 1979 928. You got opening doors, all right? She's been well played and loved. Right side drive. Right side drive. Both doors work. She needs a little detail. I have to send her over to Datsun, man. Get a little wishy-wash. A little wishy-washy. Right? Now, I'm thinking about using this for the I'm thinking about using this for Andrew's Maple Leaf Customs 5-year Porsche build-off giveaway. Anybody that doesn't know about that, I don't know where you've been living under a rock somewhere, but go over to Maple Leaf Customs and check out the 5-year video. Basically, what you do is you take a Porsche, any Porsche, you customize it, and then you make a video. You post it on the date. I think it's March 15th or something like that. Don't quote me on that. Go watch the video and find out. And you give it away. You give it away to somebody. You know, you can send it to Andrew. You could send it to a friend. You can go out on the street and give it to a kid. Whatever you want. Whatever you do, you give it away. You don't keep it. It's a pay it forward build off, right? He does it every year. I missed it last year. I might have missed it the year before. I don't remember. These Matchbox, man. I love the suspension. They got suspension in there. So yeah, I don't know that I'm going to use that for sure with Andrew's thing, but if I decide to go with a post-apoc theme, that's a good a base to start with, right? So PB, what's up, brother? Yes, sir. Community build, Andrew's Porsche community build is the highlight of the year. It absolutely is, man. Man, it's been a while from down under. How are you, man? How are you? For anybody that's in here that I haven't talked to in a long time, I just want you to know that, you know, I appreciate everybody sticking around and you know, obviously still being subbed up to the channel and stuff, even though I'm kind of retired, if you will. But most importantly, the support from my family. I want everybody to know that we're happy, we're healthy. We have purchased our property. The house has been renovated. The kids are safe. They have a clean environment to live in. They have 2 acres of land to grow up on. And I got a huge shop down here to be able to work on anything that we need to. We're in a good place. The move 700 miles from Long Island was well worth the effort and the pain and agony, the cost, you know, like it took a lot. There was a lot of sacrifices in this move. And I want everybody to know, because I'm sure people wonder, right? Like, how's he doing? How are they doing? How are the kids? How is Amanda? Everybody's good. And I appreciate everybody that's still behind us. And yeah, man, I love the JDC family, and it's good to see the faces, you know, the names, even though it's just on a live stream. It's good to see people popping up that, you know, I wonder about, right? I don't have time to watch everybody's videos anymore. I can't stay up with the community the way that I was. So just thank you. right? Thank you to everybody that understands that. Moving on, I do have a few more cars before we're finished here. This one's pretty cool. I've never seen it before. It's called the Packin' Pacer. Right? When I picked it up, I was like, oh, it's a Pacer. And then I got it home and I started looking at it, and there's an engine in the back, and there's tailpipes sticking out the back of that window there. She's packing for sure. She is packing, baby. You hit the gas and this thing's coming off the ground, I think. You know, engine in the back. All right. Business in the front, party in the back. I'm pretty sure. Call this bad boy the mullet. To build a mullet. Very cool. Very cool. So I got a couple of the same here. And so it must have been with the year that it changed, but actually no, they're not the same. I'm sorry. I got a Cosmic Blues, 1972. It's missing the engine. Cosmic Blues, right? It's got the side pipes that come out the side. This one's a little finicky. It broke. It's got a little play in it, but for what I'm gonna use it for, this is perfect, right? Cosmic Blues. So then you got the same casting. They changed the name. It's called the Red Rider, right? The Red Rider. It's got the pipes that come up the side. This is the same car. This is the same exact casting. They just changed the base. It might add a different engine. Any PB, you're a Matchbox guy. Maybe you know. Did they have a different engine? I should look it up and see, because neither one of them have an engine. But really cool bases for, you know, for Gaslands, right? I'm gonna change these wheels to off-road, and they might even become the engines are different. Okay, cool. So yeah, so they changed the base and they changed the engine on it, which you know, that warrants a name change, right? But when you look at it, it's the same. That's the same casting. It's even got the same rear end and everything. All they did was change the side pipe section, which is very smart on their part, because I mean, you know, that saves money as far as tooling and stuff. 1972 and 1972. So these were out at the same time. These hit the shelf at the same time. So yeah, cheers to Matchbox on saving some money. And very cool. One has injectors, the other has a blower. I think Red Rider is injectors. You know what? Maybe I'll try to see if somebody could 3D print me these engines. And if they can, I've already made up my mind what I'm doing with these cars. But if I can get the engines, maybe I'll put one to the side and do a restoration, and I would think it would be this one. All right, this is another one. It's the Red Rider. It says Red Rider on it, right? So if I can find the decals and I can get a engine printed, maybe this will become a restoration and not awesome bad double crooked letter Gaslands team. Yeah, so for 50 cents a pop, I was like, yeah, give me all of those. I wish I could have found more, right? So one has injectors, the other has a blower. The Red Rider is injectors. Okay. ACB, Barago have chases. I don't know about that. That would be a question for the chat, because I don't really collect and I don't go hunting for chases really either. So this next one, I actually sent a picture of it, Hunter, this morning. This is cool, man. This is a copyright of 1983, right? 1983. This is the Mustang. It's the Matchbox Mustang from 1983. It's got that wide stance, right? And I'm not a Ford guy, but man, they did it. They did it on this one. This is cool. It's got that motor sticking out the hood there. 427 cubic inches, CID, cubic inch displacement, baby. Very cool. So, like I said, all of these were play worn cars. They had them in a tote box. I almost asked him how much he wanted for the whole tote, but I didn't want to spend a ton of money, especially seeing that most of these cars are not going to get touched, right? Like in time, I guess. But got a couple of these. The dibs on what? No. You can't have dibs on the favorite, the Mustang. She got dibs. Oh man. See, I can't even go live because if she calls dibs, I gotta give it to her, right? Oh man, it's funny. So I got a semi truck here. This is the Kenworth, right? It's got the flat nose, Kenworth. Yep. Come to mama, the wide body. That's funny. We got a Kenworth flat nose there. I picked these up because I've yet to build a war rig for Gaslands, and when it comes time to build one, I'd like to have a couple options, right? On the front truck. Meanwhile, I could build a front truck if I want to, right? Like anything can become the motor for it, right? But this is another Kenworth, I believe. Kenworth Aerostar or Aerodyne. Yeah, it's the Aerodyne. It's in rough shape, but for what I'm going to use it for, it's perfect, right? So I don't know. Depending on what direction I decide to go, those are two options. And then this one here, actually, I didn't realize it until I was looking at these cars last night. This is the big boy. This is the heavy hitter. This is the this is the business, right? And I believe the name of it is the Long Shot. Yep, this is the Long Shot. So you got, it's basically the same. It looks like it's the same style. Maybe this is a Mack. This might be a Mack chassis. Maybe they didn't have what you call it, branding for it, right? But if you see, if I put them together, the Long Shot is longer. It's got a bigger sleeper in it, right? So if you bring it up like nose to nose, yeah, sleeper sits back a little bit, right? And then the bed is about the same. So yeah, it's the extra length in the sleeper here, but also you get your side pipes. You get your side pipes that come up the door there. That I think, in my opinion, for Gaslands, that's a good touch. You get your side pipes on this one too, right? But the fact that they come down and around the step here, that's another piece of character for your storytelling, right? I like it. So there's a good chance that this ends up becoming my first war rig motor, if you will. The front. The pull to the war rig, right? And then they had this was in the box, so I grabbed it. I basically threw it in for free. It's just the base to a trailer. This is a majorette base to the trailer, 182, 187, 187. Yeah, okay. And then this was in there too, so I grabbed it. It's a little rocket pod or whatever. A payload, if you will. It actually fits on there perfectly. But we're not just hauling. We're going to need this trailer to have an active payload, if you will, right? It's a war rig, so this trailer is going to need to get built up and stuff. And maybe this becomes some type of BFG. I don't know. A big effing gun, right? We'll see. A couple other things. These are the last two. And where we at? 45 minutes. Let me know how much time I got on dinner. please. And I'm probably gonna wrap this up here in a second. We got 2 monster trucks. These are from where is it? 1985, and yeah, they're both from 1985, right? So you got the Taurus, which is just a pickup, right? It's a pickup truck, a pick 'em up truck, and the base is cracked on this. It's got a crack. I was looking at it last night. It's got a crack somewhere. It's cracked. Just believe me. It's in there. It's cracked in there somewhere. So it's a little shifted. The back has come apart. So that means that this has potential to become a custom, right? Gaslander. And then I got this one. And this is cool, man. Rolling Thunder, baby. Rolling Thunder. So I like how they did this. You know, I know that the newer monster trucks, they have like articulation in the wheels, but I feel like it's not like it used to be, right? I mean, obviously they have more detail on the base and stuff, but you know, I don't know. I like this, man. This is like, you know, I feel like this is more realistic to scale as far as a car goes, right? So if you get, you know, Dodge Charger, if you will, right? It's a monster truck, man. It's supposed to be able to monster over this thing. I don't know. I like it. I like it a lot. I'll probably clean this up as much as I want to. Dinner is done when you're done. No rush. Okay. As much as I want to make this into a custom, I'll probably just leave this until I feel the need. All right. How are you, Uncle Eddie? Uncle Eddie, how are you? What's for supper tonight? Uncle Eddie, I don't know, man. You're not far from us, so you let me know what's for supper. Next time we come down across the border, man, I'm gonna have to give you a call. You're over there by Spartanburg, right? Past Spartanburg, I think. So we'll get together, man. Next time we go down. This message is held for review. Who? Marcia Denning. A bunch of jibbery jab. Yeah, I'll be up this summer. Yeah, right on, man. Anytime. Come on up. Come on up. So, this is the haul from Carolina's Diecast. I believe the car. I should have brought the card down. It's in the car. Carolinasdiecast.com, I believe. They have a Facebook channel. They said they don't really keep up with it. They do most of their business online, on their website, and in store, right? So I was really stoked when I found out that they're right there, and they're actually good people, and they had the car that I needed. I paid some more money for it, but you know, what are you gonna do? I didn't have to go searching around for it. I didn't have to pay shipping or none of that. You know, $7. I got another piece to the collection as far as the Chevelles go. So, hi, what is your? I don't know what you're asking me. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. So that's gonna be it. Dinner's ready, so I'm going in the house. 26 people here. I appreciate you guys. Happy New Year. I hope everybody had a happy holiday. Smash the like button if you want. I don't really care. At this point, my channel's basically in retirement, right? With that being said, we're gonna get a workstation back together. I'm gonna try to go live more. Rico, what's up, brother? You're walking in as I'm walking out, but you can catch the replay if you want to see these cars that I bought, right? So basically, I'm going to try to go live more. I can't say that I'm going to make more videos because I don't even have an editor anymore, but maybe I'll try to get another editor on my phone and, you know, do a little something here and there. At the very least, I'll show you guys, you know, I'll make videos and I'll show you guys what I built when it's done. and I'm gonna try to participate in some build offs and stuff. I'm gonna join in on Keith's Diecast exchange thing, and become part of that so that I could kick it with my homies here and there. But it's been cool chilling with you guys for about an hour. I'm gonna go eat some food, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.